Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We've got a truly heartwarming story lined up for you today, one that really captures the absolute core of one of the most important holidays in the Islamic calendar. We're going to be exploring a story about a young boy named Rehan. And through his eyes, we're going to uncover the true spirit of Eid al-Azha. It's a beautiful, brilliant tale all about sacrifice, sharing, and the power of community.
Okay, let's dive into this. Right at the very beginning of our story, Rehan's friends are super excitedly asking him about all the events planned for the day, and he drops this incredibly profound thought on them. He says, Eid is not just the name of new clothes and meat, it's a day of love, sacrifice, and gaining Allah's pleasure. So right away, we are being told that we really need to look past the surface-level festivities. It's not just about what you're wearing or the great food you're eating, it's really about the intention, the devotion, and the heart behind the entire celebration. Section 1. A beautiful Eid morning. Waking up to joy. Now just picture this. A vibrant neighborhood waking up. Birds are chirping, and there is just this palpable, electric sense of excitement in the air. For Rehan, this whole day kicks off right at dawn. He wakes up for Fajr, the morning prayer, and performs wudu, the ritual washing. And this is key because it grounds his entire day in spiritual mindfulness from literally the very first moment. Then, in the early morning, he prays right alongside his Abu, his father. Moving into mid-morning, the focus shifts to family and celebration. He helps his Ummi, his mother, prepare sweet savian in the kitchen. You can almost imagine that delicious smell filling the whole house, right? Finally, he gets ready, dressing up in a beautiful golden kurta and white shalwar. So, looking at his morning routine, it's clear the day is this perfect, seamless blend of deep devotion and joyful family tradition. And there's this really charming little anecdote right after he gets dressed. Looking in the mirror, Rehan smiles at himself and says, "Wow, Rehan Bhai, today you look like a hero." It's just such a pure, incredibly relatable moment of childhood joy and excitement. So, looking his absolute best, he and his family head out to the Eidgah for the communal prayers. And along the way, the streets are just bursting with people hugging, exchanging warm greetings of Eid Mubarak, and sharing this overwhelming sense of unity. Section 2. The meaning of Qurbani, sacrifice and devotion. So after those communal prayers, sharing some sweet foods, and giving Eid to his little friend Hamza, who is literally jumping up and down with excitement, the focus of the day shifts to the core ritual. And this brilliantly illustrates the real meaning of Qurbani, or sacrifice. It represents the absolute willingness to give up everything for Allah's command, which honors the spirit and devotion of Prophet Ibrahim. It's a physical act, sure, but it serves as an incredibly profound spiritual reminder. The source material emphasizes that the whole purpose here is to learn a vital lesson, that seeking Allah's pleasure is the absolute most important thing, standing head and shoulders above any material attachment. Let's look at the specifics of Rehan's sacrificial animal. It is a large, beautiful white calf, and it wears this really distinctive blue bell around its neck. Rehan pets it affectionately before the sacrifice happens. In the story, his friends actually ask him, "Hey, do you feel sad about this?" And Rehan admits that, yeah, he does feel a little bit of sadness because he cares for the animal. But, and this is the crucial part, that feeling is entirely overpowered by his deep love for following Allah's command. It is a remarkably mature understanding of what sacrifice genuinely means, willingly giving up something you truly value and care for. Section 3. Sharing meat and happiness, community and joy. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing how that physical act of sacrifice immediately translates into beautiful, tangible community action. Rehan and his Abu purposefully divide the meat from the sacrifice into 3 totally equal parts. Exactly 1/3 goes to poor people, another third goes directly to their relatives, and the final third is kept for their own home. It's a systematic, highly structured way to ensure that the blessings of the day are shared equally, making absolutely sure that no one in the community is left behind. And this brings us to, honestly, the emotional highlight of the entire story. Rehan goes out with his friends into the neighborhood to distribute those meat packets to poorer families. When one of the poor children receives the food, his face just lights up and he says, "Today is our Eid too." When Rehan hears this, his eyes literally shine with joy. He realizes in that exact moment that they've successfully brought the celebration to a family that might not have been able to celebrate otherwise. The happiness he gave away completely multiplied his own. Section 4. The real lesson of Eid, intangible joys. As evening falls, the whole neighborhood transforms, right? There are colorful streetlights, balloons, kids playing, maybe some ice cream. But Rehan steps away from all of that to go up to his roof and just reflect under the cool breeze and the stars. Sitting up there, his mother comes up and asks him what his absolute favorite part of the day was. And this sets up a brilliant comparison between the tangible and intangible joys of the day. If you look at the breakdown, the tangible things, the Eid money, the sweet Sivian, his brand new golden clothes, they were great. But Rehan tells his mother that the intangible joys, like seeing the genuine bright smile on the faces of the less fortunate, was by far his greatest joy. Hearing this beautiful, really mature realization, his mother is just beaming with pride. She praises him and says, "My child has become wise. This is the real lesson of Eid." She completely validates that he has grasped the true core message of the holiday. He's moved way beyond the physical traditions and tapped into the deep spiritual empathy it's meant to cultivate. Touched by her words, Rehan looks up at the starry sky and quietly prays, asking that every single child, everywhere, can always have an Eid filled with such profound happiness. So, what does this all mean for us? The absolutely crucial takeaway is that this celebration is about so much more than a grand feast or wearing new clothes. As we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a thought. Eid is about giving happiness, not just celebrating it for yourself. So how will you share your happiness this Eid? I highly encourage you to take Rehan's lesson to heart and really think about how you can turn your own blessings into joy for someone else.